Got a great story today. I saved a little dog. I saved the dog. I did. I'm driving to my workout this morning. I'm on going to my workout at the Hub Fitness, and I'm driving on Chandler. Busy freaking road, both sides. And this little dog comes running across the road. I'm like, oh my god, I must get hit by a car like twice. This little dog. I'm like driving over. I'm like, I can't be that guy. I just can't be that guy that lets the dog. So I make a turn. I make another turn. I make another turn. I'm like, I gotta find this dog. I find a dog. I find it. I go down, I go down to my knees. I go, okay, come here. It comes right over to me. It lays down. I rub its belly. I pick it up. It's got a tag. I'm like, some other lady pulls in, and I'm at this point, I'm like, I'm just going to go home and give it to Chelsea. And because I'm not going to be able to work out now because I got to save this dog, And some lady pulls in. She goes, oh, you found the dog. I'm like, yeah. She goes, I was going to do the same thing you did. She goes, there's a garage open right over there across the street. It has to be from there. So I go knock on the guy's door. Right, I knock on the door. Garage is open. Knock on the door. Nobody answers. Knock on the door, nobody answers. Knock on the door, nobody answers. Finally, I yell, I got your blankety-blanky dog. Right, and then they come to the door. The guy's like, oh, my wife must have left the garage open. I go, yeah, your dog almost got killed. Almost got hit by a car like 3 times. So I saved the dog today.
The dog belonged to the house that had the garage.
And the lady in the other van that was trying to save the dog too tells me I think that because we saw where the dog came from. She goes, there's a garage open like right over there, like the third house in. Maybe this dog came from there. And I go to the house and that's where the dog came from, that house. Yeah. So I saved the dog today.
Good Samaritan.
I have good karma going today right now.
Good karma.
One. Yeah. I couldn't save the D-backs bullpen last night. That's our top story of the day.
Burns and Gambo, the weigh-in. Brought to you by Revitalize Weight Loss.
The pitch on 3-2. And a line drive base hit left field. One in. Here comes the other runner. Well, he'll be held up and the bases stay loaded. And this game is tied with a hit by Goldschmidt. Runners lead. There they go. And he walked him ball 4. And the Cardinals lead. 7-6. 2-2 pitch. Line to left field. And that ball's going to get down and extra bases. And it's going to clear the bases. 2 in. Here comes the other run around third. And the Cardinals lead at 10-6 on a 3-run double by O'Neill.
They got to be careful not to curse here. That was freaking brutal. That was absolutely a brutal baseball game. I mean, that was tough to watch. I mean, I tweeted out a couple of things last night. How does Chafin lose Nootbaar with the 1-2 count on him? And then walks in the go-ahead run. So frustrating. Terrible job by him. And then this was just a brutal loss. This is the 8th time they've blown a lead in the 9th inning or later. The 8th time they've blown a lead. Look, lots of blame to go around, including Lavello. And I love Lavello. Can't keep Chafin in the game there. You can't keep Andrew Chafin in the game, Torrey. He's struggling. And I know you want to get the ground ball and get out of it, but he's at 35 to 40 pitches. I am not letting Chafin pitch to Paul Goldschmidt. That's me. I'm taking him out of the game. I'm not having him pitch to Paul Goldschmidt.
He was trying to get the double play.
I know. I know. I get it. I know his reasoning. I just don't agree with it.
Soul crushing. It's a soul crushing loss, Gambo. I mean, you go 2-7 on the road trip. Listen, we can get into the nitty gritty of the 9th inning. That's fine. But you go 2-7 on that road trip. And as bad as that was, you can chalk it up to, all right, they played 3 really good clubs on the road. But you come home and you get kind of a reset and you're like, okay, Giants have been losing. Dodgers lost a game on Sunday. You're 4 back. Kind of recalibrate, get back into your own building against 2 teams, the Cardinals and Mariners coming into town where you're like, in theory, you're better than them. And then you're down in the game and you're down 5-2 in the 6th inning and Christian Walker with a majestic home run
leads the big home run right there.
Begins a comeback where you take a lead and you're 3 outs away.
You get the big Longoria double. It drove in Rivera and Walker in the 7th.
Yes.
And then you've got a 6-5 lead.
And you're 3 outs away.
And you're 3 outs away.
You got to bring it home.
Yeah, and, I think, Kellen Olson asked me yesterday, give me the 3 relievers you would rely on the most in his bullpen. And I'm like, Chafin, McGough, and Ginkle. Okay? There's nobody. The answer is there's nobody. There's nobody in the bullpen that you can rely on. I mean, that's the God's honest truth. I gave him 3 yesterday. There is nobody. I put Chafin in there, and he got torched. And then you go to Ginkle, and he gives up the double at O'Neill. It clears the bases. It's 10-6. I'd rather have Tanner O'Neill from the Bad News Bears out there pitching. I'd rather have Tanner O'Neill. What was her name in the movie?
Tatum O'Neill.
Tatum O'Neill. What was her name? What was
Amanda Wolitzer.
Amanda. I'd rather have Amanda out there. God. She'd throw a spitball or something. At least that was brutal. I don't know. Listen, single to right, strikeout. Contreras walks, not good. Donovan singles. You're out of the game, Chafin. You're out of the game. Bases loaded. Single, walk, single. Paul Goldschmidt's coming up. I'm not going to have him face Goldschmidt. I understand, you want the double play. First, let's just play it. Here's Torey's comments as to why Chafin was still in the game.
Of course, there's some decision making that I made that I've got to evaluate, and I will. I know there's always the opportunity to second guess and think through things a little bit differently and look at it from different angles, and I will. But I just wanted to give Andrew Chafin the opportunity to get out of that jam. He was one pitch in a couple situations from doing it, just didn't get it done.
Yeah, okay. And then after Goldschmidt singles, Nootbaar walks. You walk Nootbaar. And he had a 1-2.
I know, it's still a tie game.
It's a tie game when Goldschmidt singles, bases loaded. He struck out Arenado on a pitch that I don't know how Arenado swung at that. That pitch bounced about 10 feet before home plate. So he did strike out Arenado, but then he walks Nootbaar. He's got him 1-2. You got him 1-2. You can't walk him. You can't walk him. You walk in a go-ahead run, then they take him out. Ginkgo comes in. O'Neill, 3-run double, clears the bases. It's just a brutal loss by the Arizona Diamondbacks yesterday.
Because when you have them 1-2, as bad as it was to give up the base hit to Goldschmidt to tie the game, it's still a tie game. You got to think that, okay, we're going to the bottom of the ninth, still a winnable game. But then when you walk in the go-ahead run, and then obviously
and that was his second walk of the inning.
I know.
Second walk of the inning. And then, you face a Nootbaar, and you're like, okay, I just, lefty batter, I got a lefty pitch, and okay, I just wouldn't have let him face Goldschmidt. Bases loaded, I got to get you out of the game. You don't have it. I mean, he just didn't have it last night. And, and he said so. I mean.
No, listen, Chafin owned it.
Yeah, he owned it. Here's Chafin after the game.
Oh, it's the possible time to implode like that. Yeah, we had the team on the ropes, and it was my job to go shut it down, and I didn't get it done.
Yeah, and I like him. I like Chafin. He's one of the guys I would trust in that situation. But I think with the bases loaded there, this isn't your night. Single walk, single. I got to get you out. Goldschmidt's coming up. I got to get this guy out. Now you go to Ginkgo. Maybe Ginkgo would have gave up a grand slam. I don't know. You just don't have anybody you can rely on. Why is it that this for it's like a decade now, the Arizona Diamondbacks can't build the bullpen? Why? I mean, they redid the whole bullpen this year. They got rid of everybody from last year and got all new guys in. All new hard throwers. You felt like, okay, finally they got this bullpen resolved. It's not. It still stinks. I don't know what to do. Are we cursed here in Arizona?
Are they spending enough money on it, though? Just because you're changing the players, changing the names. Are you putting the necessary resources into that part of your
you probably got.
club?
It's a good question. It's a fair question.
Can I give you a little bit of good news? The Giants and Dodgers keep losing.
They keep losing.
You're still only 4 back. Now, I know if you don't start playing better, none of this is going to matter at the end of the day.
You know how many games in a row the Diamondbacks bullpen has given up at least one run?
I'm going to guess like 17.
17! 17! Isn't there a song, 17, Mitch? 17? Let me see.
There's a movie called 17 Again.
She was just 17. You know what I mean?
Is that the one?
Well, and the way she looked was way beyond compare.
Yes. I would have danced with another, but I saw her standing there or something like that.
I saw her standing there.
17 straight games the bullpen has given up a run. 17. Here's your ERAs in the last 30 days for this bullpen. Chafin, 9 point. You tell me who you're going to turn to. I mean, honestly. Chafin, 9.39. McGuff, 9. Adams, 9. Ruiz, 6.52. Castro, 5.91. You tell me who you're going to turn to. Who do you want to get the ball in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings? They're all struggling right now. All of them are struggling. There is nobody I trust.
Their ERA is almost 10 since the All-Star break. Small sample size.
For the bullpen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you sit there and you can sit here all day long. Okay, you shouldn't have Chafin and you should have that guy. And I would have taken Chafin out with the bases loaded. I would have. But then you bring in Ginkle. Who knows what Ginkle would have done? I mean, he pitched well for a couple of games, but he gave up the 3-run double. I don't know where you turn. I just don't know. I don't know what you do if you're Arizona Diamondbacks. I will say this. I think the bullpen is a bigger problem right now than starting pitching when we get to trade deadline talk. I think it's a bigger problem.
Yeah, because at least the starting rotation, you kind of feel like you have 4 capable guys with Kelly coming back tonight. With the bullpen, you're not sure you have anybody you can trust right now. I mean, the starting pitching right now is a problem every 5th day. The bullpen's a problem every night.
Gallen and Kelly returning tonight. That'll be a big news. We broke that story yesterday. He's going to start today. That'll be good for them.